Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Create with Lulu. Today I'll be making another theme in my friend's custom bullet journal. It is super simple and you won't want to miss out on any other themes, so I need you to hit that subscribe button and notification button so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And comment down below if you do subscribe because I would love to hear from you. Alright, grab your journal. If you're not going to journal along with me, grab a snack and let's get started. First, I'm going to clip down my page in this bullet journal and grab some markers. These markers along with the journal are all from Michaels and they will be linked in the description box below. You're going to start off by making these really fun squiggly shapes, and it's seriously that simple. It is so easy to make this theme, and at the end you will definitely want to stay tuned to the end of this video because the result is so amazing and it's so satisfying to look at. You could do this theme in any color palette and it would be so pretty. I'm using these blues and teal colors because that is my friend's favorite color because this is a custom bullet journal for her. So you're just going to continue making those shapes and you're going to make them side by side and kind of follow the lines of the last shapes that you did so that it kind of looks like a puzzle, like the pieces are all together, but you're going to want to leave a little white strip in between, and then when you color it, you're going to want to try and color it all the same direction, so like up and down, instead of up and down and side to side so it's all mixed up. That will just make it look more cohesive and cool. If you have missed any of the other themes in this custom bullet journal, they are all on my channel, so go check it out if you want to see what her journal is looking like so far since this is the month of July. Okay, now that I've finished the front cover page, I'm going to move on to the quote page and do the same thing, making the fun little squiggly lined shapes and filling them in, coloring them all going the same direction, and leaving that little piece of white space in between each shape. I'm going to finish coloring up the cover page, then I'm going to write July in all lowercase letters and following the shape just for something fun, and then over here on the quote page I'm going to write Never Stop Exploring. Moving on to the next page now, which is our calendar page. I'm actually going to be using a Cricut pen for this. I have a Cricut machine and I love how the pens work, but it's really just like using any marker. It was the perfect color for this theme, so I'm just going to use it, but you definitely don't need this. So I'm just going to make all the lines for my calendar like I usually do. I'm pretty sure they're all 6 by 6 dots. Once I have finished that, I'm going to flip my journal just because it's easier for me to draw straight lines just by pulling the marker towards myself, and then I'm just going to pull the marker towards myself and finish making the lines. I'm going to number the calendar 1 through 31, and then I'm going to add the same fun shapes as some decoration, and then we will do another squiggly shape for the header for our gold section over on the side. Now I'm adding some gray lines just for some variation on the goals section, just for something fun to spice it up, and then I'm going to write all the days of the week in all lowercase letters again. Now I'm just writing goals right here and again following the shape, and then we will move on to the next page, which is our habit tracker page. So I will be doing the same thing for the decoration at the top of the page with the little squiggly shapes and coloring in the lines all going the same direction and leaving a little bit of white space. Then I'm going to write the header, which is habit tracker, and I'm going to follow the shape again. Now that I have finished writing out habit tracker, I'm going to stamp with my little mini calendar stamp all of her little mini months, and this is what she can use for her habit tracker. She can just circle each day that she does the habit, and these stamps will be linked down below, so be sure to check that out if you want to see where I got them from. Then I'm just going to add a little swatch of color at the top with my markers and move on to the mood page. So for this, I'm going to show you exactly how I make my mood trackers, and I always go in with pencil first so that I don't make the wrong amount of days for you to color in, even though sometimes I still do. So I'm just going to write mood tracker real quick, and then I'm going to sketch out with my pencil a bunch of little squiggly shapes that she can color in, and she can color them in according to her mood. Then I will number each one to make sure that I have enough, and I think I ended up being short one. And then I'm going to outline them all with the black pen, and then she can color them in with whatever markers she has according to her mood, so I just wrote a few out. Then I'm going to move on to her first weekly spread using that black marker, just going down the center and then across. This will be the section for all of her events, can go here, and then her big to-do list for the week will be on the other side, and then she has a little section for next week. Okay, now I'm moving on to the second weekly spread. I'm going to do 2 lines down the center and 2 lines down the center going the other direction, and then I'm going to come back to the first one that we were doing and write the numbers. I'm just going to kind of use the marker that I'm already using and go back and forth between the spreads. So now I'm just numbering the second weekly spread, and then over here I'm just going to color in the center box and just make a little something fun for some decoration. So I'm just going to make a bunch of those fun shapes and then write whatever week it is and the month. Now I'm adding a fun squiggly shape header to this side for her to-do list, and then I'll just write to-dos following that shape, and then I'm just going to highlight the events section here and the next week section with a marker. I'm just going to write next week, and then I will write events. Moving on to the next weekly spread. This one is special. It is another Dutch door. I'm really liking these. These are lots of fun. So I'm just going to do lines going down on either side and then lines going across to section it off. She also has a next week section and a goals section on either side, and then a little spot at the top to write events. Then I'm going to do another fun little squiggly shape header over here for her to-do list and color that in. Then I'm going to highlight the events box on either side and the goals and next week section, write out all of the numbers and the events and next week spots with this Cricut marker. Flipping to the next page now, I'm going to do the exact same thing, lines down on either side and across in a little events section. And there's not going to be a goals or next week section here because I didn't want to make a whole weekly events and just have one day. So I just stuck day 31 down there. And then for a fun to-do list and brain dump, I'm doing these squiggly lines to make it look like you're writing in one of these shapes. So I'm just going to write out brain dump and to-do list and then events right here. And don't make anything on this little side page because that is what we will be cutting for the Dutch door. So I'm just going to flip back and trim that now and leave a little bit of white space on the end of it. And so now you can flip it back and forth and you have a really cute Dutch door. And that is it for this. Now we will move on to the flip through and you won't want to miss it because it turned out so cool. I love it so much. This is maybe one of my new favorite themes. I got the idea from Riley Autumn. I will link her channel in the description box below. She's an amazing bullet journaling artist if you haven't checked her out before. First, we have the cover page, then we have the monthly calendar with our little goals section, then we have our habit tracker and mood tracker, which will be super fun to fill out. Then we have weekly spread number 1 and 2. Then we have the next weekly spreads with the super fun Dutch door. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to check out my channel for lots more videos like this. If you liked this video or found it helpful, please hit the like button and watch this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one.